I got the horse right here.
Hello, racing fans, and welcome back to another edition of Handicappers Corner, brought to you by the Derby Barn Grill. I'm Mike Heads, along with Drew Forster. We're going to go through the Saturday, June the 18th races at lovely Hastings Racecourse. We do have 7 races on tap. Got a nice Sea to Sky Pick 6 carryover.
North of about $10,000.
I think it's close to 12. It's not. It's definitely north of 10.
Yeah.
But which is great. So there is that little interest. It starts in race number 2. For those of you that like to play those multi-leg wagers, it's a 20-cent wager, which is good because you can get a lot of combinations for not a lot of money. The wager does start about $2.20, so our first race goes at $1.50, but the Sea to Sky Pick 6 starts off about $2.20.
And a good weekend to try and hit it because there are some very competitive races.
Cards.
Both cards.
Racing Secretary Nichelle Milner has done a great job.
Yes.
The cards are full fields and good competitive fields.
Best cards we've had
trouble
this year.
No, definitely. It's nice to see the horses are coming and finally getting out and we had a little slow start. A few smaller fields, but now we're rolling.
Rolling now, yeah. And as Mike mentioned, it does start in the second race. We'll kick off the first race as a maiden 8 for 3-year-olds and up. Excuse me. Field of 8 in here. I couldn't decide between 2 of them. I went to Footman over Adams River Run, but they both do look very, very tough in here. It's a coin toss for me. I thought Footman, they both come out of tough races. Adams River Run just got beat by Southern Casanova, who came back to win. And Footman comes out of that Captain Jones race, which was a very tough race. That was for 16, it was very tough. And he drops in for 8. I did go Footman. Dino's had a very good year over Adams River Run. Like I say, I think it's between those 2. And I put Keep Right On for trainer Barb Heads. He's dropping out of the 16 as well. Antonio Reyes picks up the mount. I put him in for 3rd. 5, 6, 8 for me, but I could have went 6, 5, 8. I did end up 5, 6, 8.
Yeah, I agree. I see Footman being the one to beat. If this horse can break like it did last time and show some speed, and if Adams River Run gets the lead, that horse wins. Yeah. If Footman gets the lead, I think Footman's got a real great chance to win. Whoever gets the lead out of those 2 is going to be pretty dangerous. And if they do duke it out, I agree with the 8 horse, Keep Right On, who had some trouble last time and would have been a better placing than 5th with a better trip. So that horse did get some trouble, but as you mentioned, is dropping. But Footman, all these horses are, Footman's dropping a decent run behind, some better horses, and that's why we both agree on them. I went 5, 6, and 8. I agree with Drew on race number 1. On to the second race. Maiden 2-year-olds here. Got 10 of them. Actually, 9 can only run. 1 waiting to get in. Going that nursery course distance of 3.5 furlongs. I went to the 3 Driller. I liked them last time. This horse didn't break really well. Rushed up. Got in trouble at the far turn, came around, got beat by a little better horse that day. Maybe not a better horse, but still, this horse ran good.
A horse that had a start, too.
Correct. Hanson's Victory was, this horse, as you mentioned, had a start under its belt and broke perfect. This horse had a 2-length lead out of the gate. Driller was on the inside of him and had to maneuver his way off the rail and come outside. Well, you're only 3.5 furlongs. That's tough to do. And
things have to go your way in a race like this, and
to catch him,
he overcame a lot.
It was going to be tough, but Driller looked great. Total Defense, and I couldn't decide between Mrs. Sport and Total Defense. I went 3, 2, 4, but I really like Driller.
I got the same horses. I put Driller on top for all the reasons Mike mentioned. He was well backed in his first start. People thought very highly of this horse. Hanson's Victory did take more money. He's out of a strong stable, and he had the start. And I think that was the difference. I got Driller on top. I put Total Defense on the 2nd spot and Mrs. Sport in the 3rd spot. Those are the other 2 in here that look quite live. I went 3, 2, and 6.
Of note, Mr. Sport did win.
First out.
Of course, named after Greg Douglas and his wife Dee, obviously Mrs. Sport. But Mr. Sport did win his debut, going 3.5. So maybe it's in the cards. Mrs. Sport could be pretty dangerous.
But she's definitely very live in here as well. On the 3rd, optional 25 for fillies and mares. Good race here, too. 6.5 furlongs. I went to the 3 Sabrina. Dear Lily is always very tough at this level as well, but she hasn't had a start this year. So I went with Sabrina, who's had 2 outs and good efforts, both in stakes company. She drops in. This fits her perfectly. An optional 25. She's always been very tough at this level. I got Sabrina on top of Dear Lily. The other one who figures to be tough in here out of the live, Troy Taylor Barn, but she doesn't have a start this year, and I like the fact Sabrina's got a couple starts. She should be a little bit tighter. I went Dear Lily in the 2nd spot. She's another one that whenever she's landed in these kind of races has been extremely tough, so I put her in the 2nd spot. And Fire Beauty, It was in a very tough optional 50 last time against Sailing for the Sun and Morning Coffee Susan's Day. This is that was just for 3-year-old fillies, so now she does tackle older, but it should be maybe a little bit softer. Sailing for the Sun's very tough sprinting as well. I put her in the 3rd spot. I went 3, 7, and 6.
Yeah, I agree. Sabrina's the horse to beat. I mean,
Yeah.
this horse can get back to any rear form she wins. I mean,
Yeah.
she's been running a stakes company. Anytime she runs for a price or hits the allowance rank, she's money.
Pretty salty,
And
yeah.
Sabrina's drawn nicely. Looks like the inside speed. Richard Hamill, leading rider, gets the call. I mean, you're talking 4 to 5 here, but Sabrina is your horse to beat. The 7, Dear Lily, as you mentioned, first start of the year, but still Troy can get one ready to roll.
Yeah.
Dear Lily's cool, and she's a nice mare. Like Sabrina better not have an off day, or
Dear Lily
Lily's
can
going to
beat
beat
her,
her.
yeah.
And I put the 5 horse Amber Moon, who makes her first start in allowance company. She ran 4 stakes races last year. Maybe sprinting, she might be better going longer. But still, she might come running on late if there is some speed, which there looks to be on paper,
Yeah,
a
there
bit
should
of
be some
it.
gas.
With Fire Beauty, Sabrina, and Dear Lily. Those 3 hook up. You could see Amber Moon picking up the pieces. But Sabrina, I agree, Drew, is your horse to beat. 3, 7, 5 for me in race number 3. On to the 4th race, $4,000 fillies and mares here, going a mile and a 16th.
Older boys.
Or older boys, pardon me, going a mile and 16th. Went to the 1 Ambidextrous Duke. This one looks... I liked his races last year going along.
Yeah.
I thought they were pretty productive. His first races this year, he should have won. Got in trouble, missed. There was a claim of foul. The stewards left the results to stand. Came back, ran against 6250, tougher horses last time.
Yeah.
Gets back in for 4. I think Ambidextrous Duke's going to be pretty dangerous. Put the 5 horse Promise Glory in for 2nd. Always like this guy going long. And
he is
if
better
there is
going
some
long,
speed in the race, then things, because it looks like Majestic Mark's going to go. This is the moment. Ambidextrous Duke won't be far away. And Say Fabulous has speed. Halo's Quest sometimes goes. This
He
might
can
play
go
out
late,
nicely for the 5 Promise Glory. Because Promise Glory does need things to go his way. He needs a pace scenario, but this is his best distance. And I thought his sprint races haven't been all that bad. They've
No,
been
they
okay.
haven't.
So I'm going to put him in for 2nd, and I put Say Fabulous, who ran well off the big year layoff, and in for 3rd. This horse is dangerous at this level. I went 1, 5, and 8, but this is a tough little race with a lot of chances.
It is. This is a race you might want to go deep in. I agree with Mike. I went to Ambidextrous Duke. By no means a single, but yeah, you go back to that first race where he probably should have won. Only gets beat ahead and comes back in a tougher race, as Mike mentioned. So I got him on top. I put Say Fabulous in the 2nd spot. Always tough going long, and he ran long. He'd been off a year and he goes long. Now he's got that race under his belt. Got caught by a streaking horse and Nana's buddy that day, so he comes back and he should be fitter and tighter for this one, and he can carry him a long way. He's got great route speed, and he gets in light with the bug boy, Jose Asensio. So I put him in the 2nd spot. And I put This Is the Moment. Richard Hamill sticks with Mike Anderson. You never count those guys out.
Nope, they're
and
hot right
Mike's
now.
numbers going long are very good. This guy comes out of the same race as Say Fabulous. 2nd time going long this year. I went 1, 8, and 4 in the 4th. On to the 5th. Non-2.
Fillies and
For
mares.
fillies and mares, going 6.5 furlongs. Big field of 11 here. I went to the 2 Gilly Gilly out of the Craig McPherson barn. Just broke her maiden for 4. It was not a great time, but she did it in hand. She was easily the best that day. Craig doesn't get too aggressive with her. He doesn't go up to the $8,000 level. Keeps her right at 4. And if she improves off that first race, she can be tough in a race where you can make a case for a lot of them. I even left out your top pick, which was probably Foolish Lady Cash. I put in PG Star at the Anita Bolton barn in the 2nd spot. I just like the fact that she looked like she was absolutely done last time. She got collared and looked like she was done, and then kept fighting the whole way down the stretch and just got beat a neck. I thought that was a very strong race and just her 2nd start out this year. So she could move forward too. And Corporate Last for Mark Clutch, I put in the 3rd spot. Just got beat a neck last time by Claire de Lune. First time facing winners, and she could be a little tougher with, a seasoned race under her belt. I put her in the 3rd spot. I went 2, 6, and 10.
Yeah, this is a real dilemma for handicappers, this race. 11 of them, which is always, difficult. But I see a lot of horses that are, to me, look the same.
Yeah.
I see Gilly Gilly, to
Fleet
me,
Alice,
looks the same.
yeah.
Biscuit, a Fleet Alice, Tulipia, Corporate Last, all off-the-pace runners that can win. They can, under the right circumstances. And I just, like, a lot of them look the same. The 11, to me, looks the best on paper, Lady Cash,
Yeah.
dropping from 8,000 in for the 4. That's big.
I just wasn't crazy about the 11 hole going 6.5.
I think she can clear, and that's
Yeah.
if I get hung 4 wide, I'm in trouble, obviously. But I think the horse can clear, get into a good spot early, and be pretty dangerous. So I went Lady Cash to defeat a Fleet. The Fleet Alice is always, a pretty cool little filly, and Biscuit's nice. I went Biscuit second and Gilly third. I don't mind your top
Top pick,
pick, Gilly. This horse won in 120. But there's more there.
Yeah, she did it easy.
And the horse will improve.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the dangerous horse to watch is Gilly for me. But I did give Biscuit a shot. But I mean, they're all the same. Biscuit, a Fleet Alice, Tulipia, Corporate Lass. Those 4 mares or fillies are all kind of the same.
They could take turns winning this event, yeah.
But Lady Cash to me looks like the one that might get the lead in here, and so I'm going to try her to get the top. I went 11, 5, and 2 in race number 5. In race number 6, we got some 6250 older horses going 6.5 furlongs. Tough little dash in here, but I went to the 8, Fleming's Beat. Pretty impressed with his run last time. I know it was just for 4, but he dropped in and got the money, but still moves to the Hot Mel Snow Barn. This horse went 3 wide the whole race, and there was a reason why he went 3 wide. This guy was pretty confident riding him.
Yeah.
Jose Gomez, and I think Fleming's Beach is pretty dangerous. I put Lassie's Reward in behind. Probably going to get the lead in here, but I don't think he's going to get the lead as easy as he did last time. And the 2 Indy Racer, I'm going to give him the 1 start. Was heavily favored in his comebacker. Maybe not the best sprinter, but still, the horse must be respected even at 6.5. But it was his first race since March or April, and should be dangerous.
Yeah.
But I do like the 8. Fleming's Beach is like one of my best bets of the day. I went 8, 6, and 2.
I went with Lassie's Reward. 2 very good efforts for 6250 this year. Just got beat ahead by favorite Derek, who's taken a big drop, and then came back in the next one and won pretty comfortably. So I got him on top of Nana's Buddy. I put in the 2nd spot, big closer,
That horse
but
is running well. Holy huge.
yeah, he's 3 for 3 so far this year. I didn't want to leave him off the ticket. John Snow's our leading trainer right now. Things are going good for him. And Gabriel Asensio, hard-working jock, suits this horse well, and he'll be rolling late. He's beat some nice horses, right? He's Say Fabulous. He ran him down last time. So I don't mind Nana's Buddy in here. I got him in the 2nd spot. And Indy Racer, the same horse as you in the 3rd spot. Give him 1 start over the course, and he should bounce back well. Mike Anderson having another strong
Didn't get the best
year.
of trips out of it. The Indy Racer had a little bit of had some issues.
Yeah, he got
throughout
pushed
that
back
race
early,
too,
and
there
wasn't-
were some issues, but
he could come
hopefully
back
gets
with a better
trip.
effort. I went 6-1-2 in the 6th, on to the 7th, Fillies and Mares, $4,000 claimant event. I went to the 6 here, Farnientia, the Craig McPherson on, just because I don't see a ton of gas in here. There isn't a whole lot of speed, and I think Skylar can get this girl on the lead and carry him a long way. Just got run down late by Ariki Princess and Medea last time, but I don't know. I just think she gets the lead, and you're going to have to pass her to get there. So I got her on top. I put CMS in the 2nd spot. Not a great trip last time. She'd been right there in her previous 2 starts, and now she moves to Silvino Morales. I think is a bit of an upgrade, and him and John going great guns together. So I put CMS in the 2nd spot, and Chic Bird, another one, just 2 starts of this meet, and a 1st and a 3rd. That last 3rd was behind I Dig That and Flare Miss, which are probably a little bit tougher fillies than she faces today. So I went 6-1-2 in the final.
I had no strong opinion on this final race.
I mean, I left out Zanita Rose. I left out Today's the Day.
Yeah, I put Today's the Day on top. Just the horse should be near the pace. Workouts are excellent. I mean, that's a 101, 113. I mean, you don't see works like that for $4,000 horses. So I'm going to try Today's the Day to win it. I didn't love anyone, so I put Chickbird and Zanita Rose in behind, but I left Farniente out. I could see that horse winning with the right trip, but she's had a few chances. But
yeah. It's a race I would go deep in.
It's a muddled race, but today is the day. Not a strong selection, but I went to that one. But I went 4, 2, and 8 to close out the Saturday program. Well, that'll do it for our analysis of the June the 18th program. Next up on screen will be a quick recap of our selections. Back in race number 1, I did go to the 5 Footman, 5, 6, and 8. Race number 2, the 3 Driller, one of my better bets of the day. Though I liked him last time. It got beat, but we'll get him back this time. 3-6-2 for me in race number 2. Race number 3, the 3 Sabrina over the 7 Dear Lily and the 5 Amber Moon. Race number 4, the 1 Ambidextrous Duke, 1, 5, and 8 in race number 4, which says Kickoff, the late pick 4. Race number 5, the 11 Lady Cash, the 5 Biscuit, and the 2 Gilly. Race number 6, the 8 Fleming's Beach over the 6 and 2. The final race number 7, and went to the 4. Today is the day, hopefully. 4, 2, and 8 in the finale.
And on to my picks. There we go. In the first, I agree with Mike. I'm on number 5, Footman over the 6 and the 8. In the second, number 3, Driller, speedy 2-year-old out of the Mel Snow Barn over the 2 and the 6. In the third, I went with number 3, Sabrina over the 7, Dear Lily, and the 6, Fire Beauty. In the fourth, number 1, Ambidextrous Duke over the 8 and the 4. In the fifth, I went to a young horse here, second-time starter, Gilly over the 6 and the 10. In the sixth, I went to the 6, Lassie's Reward over the 1 and the 2. And same numbers for me in the nightcap. I went to the 6, Farniente over the 1 and the 2.
Well, that'll do it for this edition of Handicappers Corner, brought to you by the Derby Bar and Grill. I'd like to thank everyone for tuning in. Hopefully get you some winners. It's a tough card. Nice big fields. It should be a lot of fun. The Sea to Sky Pick 6, as we mentioned off the top, over $10,000 now, and with the pool included, it'll probably be over $15,000 if anyone can be the sole winner or sole winning ticket of the Sea to Sky.
And today's the kind of day you could win it because it's big fields and some tough races, and that's what it takes to try and take down one of these big pick 6.
You only need a couple of
shots,
big ones, and you can get it. But it'll be interesting. But should be a great day. Weather's supposed to be awesome. Which finally, after
beautiful weekend,
a week of a little bit of rain and cloud, but we're finally going to get back to the sunny skies and get the summer weather. But 150 first post. The Sea to Sky Pick 6 does start at 2:20. On behalf of Drew, thanks everyone for tuning in. We'll see you next time here at the Derby Bar and Grill.